10 interesting facts you may not know about Afghanistan. For more than 3 decades, one country has dominated the world headlines for most of the time. Do you know which country it is? We are sure Afghanistan has crossed your mind. And why not? Taliban have increased the popularity graph of Afghanistan. But there is probably more to it than Taliban, burqas, beards, and terrorism. Beyond the deadly conflict and headlines of war, this is a country that has rich ancient traditions. Welcome to the top 10 interesting facts you may not know about Afghanistan. But before that, let me introduce you to our channel. Welcome to the Reviewed For You channel, the no-nonsense top 10 videos. If you are interested in this type of video, please consider subscribing to this channel and hit the notification bell, and we will see you there. And now, without further ado, let's start with our top 10 interesting facts you may not know about Afghanistan. Top 10. Celebration of the New Year. Afghans celebrate their New Year, Nowruz, on the 21st March, the first day of spring. They travel in thousands to the northern city of Mazar-e-Sharif to welcome the New Year, which is a pre-Islamic festival. Local brave men raise an Islamic banner or flag called Janda, which is seen as the herald to the spring's beginning and New Year's start. For a country which is at war for more than 3 decades, they have to hold on to such beliefs. The Janda, if lifted in one smooth motion, is seen as a good omen for the month to come. Top 9. The ancient game of buzkashi. Afghanistan desires to see the nation game buzkashi or goat grabbing as an Olympic sport. It is widely regarded as the world's wildest game and is undoubtedly not for the faint-hearted. It involves horse riders competing to grab a goat's skeleton and dashing clear of the other to drop the skeleton into the marked circle. This game has been played in Afghanistan's northern plain for centuries. It was a sport for the rich rival warlord back then, but now it is also financed by private airlines and Afghan cellular operators. Women should not try to play this sport. Top 8. Mobile phone coverage. Surprisingly, a vast majority of Afghans have no access to electricity. Instead, it is among one of the lowest in the world. Mobile phones have transformed Afghan life and culture. Even the Taliban has fancy smartphones with all latest apps. They have become status symbol. If you have the cash and contacts, you can get a golden number, like one that will have your lucky number or any other memorable number. Top 7. Poetry lovers. Amidst the thunder of the weapons, Afghans have poetry lovers. Poetry is a cherished part of Afghan culture, as they have told their stories in verses for more than 1,000 years now. Thursday nights are officially poetry nights in Herat, the western city of Afghanistan. Men, women, and children gather to share ancient bravery story in verse form. They listen to Herati traditional music while enjoying the sweetness of tea and pastries long into the night. Top 6. Alexander the Great and his Afghani love. Alexander the Great captured Herat and was the first to build the ancient citadel there in 330 BC. The only woman to capture the heart of Macedonian empire builder was a beautiful Afghan woman, Roxanne. She belonged to the northern province of Balkh. Alexander died at the tender age of 33, but before that, Roxanne bore Alexander his only son. Top 5. Arnold Schwarzenegger. Arnold Schwarzenegger is the heartthrob of a million young Afghani boys and men. In his prime years, you can find photographs of a muscular Arnold hanging from the walls of hundreds of gyms and bodybuilding centers across Afghanistan. Many Afghans think that American actor turned governor looks like an Afghan. Top 4. Diverse cuisine. Afghan cuisine is more than what comes to the plate. People think that kebabs and rice are all what Afghan have to offer. The truth is that this landlocked country is at the crossroad of major civilizations for centuries, and this is clearly reflected on the menu. You have a choice to sample the delicate ashak, which is a ravioli stuffed with leeks and topped with yogurt and minced meat, or taste the famous manto pasta, which is filled with lamb and onions. There are also influences emerging as Afghan is opening its doors door to the world. If you carve for something westernized, former Japanese journalist turned chef Hiromi, now known as Morsel, which means rose in Persian, fell in love with the country and is currently training Afghan to make mouth-watering sushi. Top 3. Kandahar Airport. Do you know that Kandahar Airfield in southern Afghanistan is the single busiest runaway airstrip? No wonder it is also the place NATO has its first complete air traffic capability in a non-NATO country. The arrival of 30,000 extra US troops and more civilian personnel have added to the constant landings on a base used by non-US militaries. A lot of dignitaries and journalists also fly into Afghan through the Kandahar airfield. Afghans have long said that whoever controls Kandahar controls Afghanistan. Top 2. Historic art lovers. We all know the first oil painting was drawn in Renaissance Europe. No, it was not. Rather, it was painted in caves to Bamiyan in the central highlands of Afghanistan in 650 BC. Bamiyan boasts a flourishing Buddhist civilization dating back to the 2nd century and the Islamic invasion in 9th century. This is where the world's 2 most giant Buddhas once stood before the Taliban destroyed them in 2001. Tourism companies are trying hard to attract tourists, and Bamiyan people are also very hopeful. Top 1. Patriots at heart. After all the heartache and pain that Afghans have gone through over the decades, Afghans are proud to call Afghanistan their home. That's all for today's video. We hope you are eagerly waiting for such content from us. If there is anything we missed, do let us know in the comments. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more exciting content in the future.